Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Okay, I want to speak to Pluto. Pluto, come here. I want to speak to Pluto because Pluto stations direct today, 1st of May. Sorry, bear with me. Technical difficulties. Yeah, so Pluto stations direct today and then goes retrograde back through Aquarius to 0 point, then into Capricorn. And so that's kind of asking, well, it's asking about the collective soul evolution. And Capricorn will ask, what did you learn and how are you going to put that into action? How are you going to build that, make that, and be it, behave it, act it? Okay. So it's translation and manifestation. Manifestation. I'm just going to keep making words up because I'm struggling to speak at the moment. All right, so I've gone to the astro cards, and the first card out is bringing in this third house of communion. And this feels like the knitting together, the symbiosis, the synchronicity, communion with the self, obviously communion with other. What new friends did you make while Pluto was moving through Aquarius? Seen and unseen, what new friends did you make? That's saying to me. And this speaks to me straight away of a turning point. This is like the point of no return. It's the point where we make a decision. And I guess that's something to do with collective evolution or devolution, or stay the same. It's that basic decision. Because, you know, and if I spin back to kind of the whole COVID era and how that really nudged us to go back to our room, go and sit in your room and ponder, then we'll have learned an awful lot, transmuted an awful lot, rebirthed our internal resource. We got more energy, more space. And now what is what I get with that? So how is that going to show up in the world? How is that going to become manifest in the world? And the North Node is currently in Taurus. Let's see where this is going. Bear with me, because I think Jupiter, on May the 16th, Jupiter moves into Taurus. So that's Jupiter, the energy of expansion, moving into the house of the fabric, the real, the money, the buildings, the physical reality. And I try not to get lost in the archetype of Jupiter as a benefic planet. Jupiter expands. So whatever is in that house of Taurus, your fourth house, have I got that right? Aries, Taurus. It's second house, isn't it? God, it's the second house. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So the turning point as we move forward is the decision you make. It's like there's no going back here. Commitment is what I get. Okay, and then I just let cards fall, and this little story came out. I haven't checked the underlying message. Oh, these came off the bottom, didn't they? Interesting. Yeah, wow. Sag, Jupiter, 5th house of passion. So the cards that spilled are transit with climate, Virgo with digest. And these two cards spoke to me about responding rather than reacting. So there's a lot of Mars energy going on at the moment. And it might be that as we view the climate, we ping, or we kick, or we push. And Virgo is asking for that attention to detail. What's my motivation in this? What do I want to achieve in this? So there's a pondering moment here of kind of stop and think. Yeah, that's coming in on that 55. That's dynamic change into initiation. It's the which takes us to Aries. Act, and how are you going to act when you've pondered? So there's that fast, slow energy again. It's coming in here. It's kind of that fast Mars energy rubbing against that slow Taurus. Wait, but I want to go. Wait, what's the balance point? It won't be the middle, but what's the balance point? What is your balance point? Okay. So is the balance point in the 7th house, which is Libra, and the North Node is going to be moving. Is it North Node Aries? I've said this, you see, I'm struggling to remember anything at the moment. Yeah. So Libra is speaking about seeking justice, the seeker of justice. And it might be that in the climate, you might be witnessing injustice and you might want to react to that rather than respond. Again, we had that conversation, didn't we, about how can I evolve the conversation? Am I still spinning around in old narratives? What can I bring? How can I shine my light? Everything that I've learned, how can I bring that? First house, so double Aries, whammy. First house, shining your light, bringing your light. Wow. Bringing your light from Plutonian roots is what I get here. It's the root of the soul. Oh, hello. Yes. I forgot about, oh, Lordy. Yes. Okay. So I think I'm going to go straight to the shaman deck because I'm sensing another soul purge, sweat lodge. And we have the Scorpio eclipse. I think it's a penumbral eclipse, which isn't a total eclipse, happening on Friday. I think I'm going to be all over the place for today. My energy's weird today. And it is what it is. I'm just working with it. Okay, can you speak to me, please, about this Pluto journey? How are you? Seems like such a vast question at the moment. How are you? Where are you? What are you? Who are you? When are you? Yeah, I did want to say thank you as well for playing with me. That group card reading that we did brought up some beautiful stuff, just enriched the tapestry. Thank you for doing that. That was great fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having you there. Yeah, I'm just being invited to try and describe what I'm in. Disparate. The energy feels disparate, discombobulated. It's like pieces coming together and not quite interlocking just yet. So I just feel aware that there are pieces coming together of a something that haven't quite interlocked. So what do I want to bring to this? I don't want to push anything. I don't want to steer. I just want to be witness to whatever's coming out. Yeah. Yeah. So I was feeling kind of melancholy this morning. So I went onto my computer because I've got tons of old photos on there from when I used to co-facilitate workshops with the military. And oh gosh, beautiful photos. And one of the photos is of me coming back into the place where we used to run these workshops, having drummed in a storm. So I got up early and the sky was black and I knew something was going to happen. And I went outside with my drum and I stood in, they've got a beautiful area, sweat lodge area, under the trees. And there are two massive veteran trees which form this kind of gateway. It's a beautiful space. And I stood in this gateway and I drummed and I drummed and I drummed and I went into trance and I kept drumming and I felt the wind change. And then I heard the thunder and then I saw the lightning. And it was the most spectacular drumming I've ever done. And when I walked back into the kitchen, somebody took a photograph of me. I was soaking wet through. My drum was just soggy. There was no drum beat left in it. It was just like this dull thud. But I was like, I felt totally invigorated. So this drum coming in, wow, yeah. There's a choice point in how you meet the storm. Thank you. Wow, okay, that's got my heart beating. And that feels like, ah. Dissonant, disparate, hasn't quite locked in. And so the old me might want to push to action, might want to push to an old feeling that gives me security. But instead, on that day, I chose to walk out and meet the storm and greet the storm with my drum. So 15 speaks to devil energy, and there is a choice of, oh God, it's another storm. There's a choice of this damn weather, climate, you know, transits, moving energy creates a certain climate that might feel a bit Yeah, how are you going to greet that? That is a great card. Thank you. Vision. Yeah, wow. Greet that in the feminine, the unknowing, the mystic, the walking between worlds, the working with others. Might be a really powerful eclipse. I guess it was always going to be in Scorpio. And the vision quest makes it personal so that we don't get entangled in the collective drama. So that the pure light that knows no agenda yet can be fully expressed, or expressed on some level, until we become proficient in expressing the messages from our light. Wow, look at this. So I get King of Swords energy with this as he sits on the top of the mountain. It's the King of Swords from the Light Seers deck, which is a beautiful image. And he sits in his personal authority on top of his mountain. Not because he thinks he's grander than or greater than, but because the air's clear up there. And he's not with the kind of the mundane, mercurial mind. He's up in his Uranian mind. There's going to be some soul healing. Another round. It's endless, though. Seriously, it's endless. It just, the energy of it changes. Yeah, what is on your medicine wheel? If you were to build a medicine wheel, what would you put on it? What would it look like? Thunder. Okay, let's see if we can bring this down a little bit. So we've got Pluto, transformation, transform to transcend form. Remember, that is a process that's going on. It's transcending form, becoming less solid, more space, more cosmos running through the physical. That's a really good question. With those first three cards, communication, pinnacle, and future, if there were no going back, if there were no taking anything back, would that change your narrative? Would that change the way you expressed yourself? Okay, let's go here. Speak to the sacred rebel. No, let's speak to the lantern. Where am I? I've tried on more than one occasion to get grounded today, and it's not going to happen. Mm. And again, I'm getting messages about the clearing away of subconscious patterning. So if we're talking subconscious patterning, then we are definitely talking about roots. And I think the last video was speaking to Cancer. the fourth house, the roots, so ancestor. So when we're speaking about the belly and the sacral chakra, we're speaking about creative self-expression, sexual expression, passion, the guts of it. And to get to the guts of it, very often we have to clear through a few layers of maybe shame and guilt that's held in the belly. So this is coming in on that 24/6, the cross of time and space. And I get space with this, just emptying the cauldron, if you like, space. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Yeah, yeah. And the crow comes back in here. It is just a door. And that's where we make that decision. So I guess 5/5 might be a doorway. Rising, do we rise to the higher mind? Do we evolve to the higher expression of ourselves? Do we go through that door perilously, not knowing what is on the other side? It's magician and priestess coming in here. So it's following the impulse, the instinct rather. Impulse is a different thing, but following the instinct, that gut pull, knowing without knowing. Okay. I'm being guided to share something with you. So I did a piece of personal work. I've been doing a piece of personal work, which is very targeted for about the last 3 weeks. And it's work to open up my voice. And I've shared it with a couple of people. And since then, 3 people have come back and said, oh my God, I've experienced the same or similar thing. And so I've been working with someone who works with voice and finding old wounds that have cut my voice off, going back, way, way back. So in this 3-week process, I'm in the car driving and I decided to test my register. So I'm testing my vocal register from top to bottom. I keep going from top to bottom and there's this bit in the middle that's mute. There's no sound coming out. I thought, that's interesting. So I had another get together. Me and this beautiful new human being in my life are working collaboratively with shadow, with vocal. And I did the next session. And after that, all of my voice, because when there was that mute spot, I said aloud, my voice is breaking. It was like a new adolescence. My voice is breaking. And so after that second session, I had full register, top to bottom, and my voice feels smoother. What did it feel like before? Well, it felt the same, but now it feels smoother. It's almost imperceptible, but it feels smoother and stronger, deeper. So I'm sharing that with you because for 3 people to come back in that 3-week period and go, oh my God, it might be that voice healing is in the frame. So this is speaking to singing your soul song. You are here to be known, so speak and be seen. there's an edge with this card about speak without thinking too much. Not speak because you want to be a careless tool, but speak without thinking, without pulling from the subconscious. Subconscious adapts, mutes, tones down what might be a King of Swords message. Yeah, and this is speaking to personal authority, and I'm not talking about authority as power over, I'm talking about self as author of own book. You are the author. Okay. Renewal. That Ace of Wands, planting your passion in the ground. Renewal. Rebirthing of passion, I sense. Yeah. Regeneration begins with decay. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a challenge in there, isn't there, about letting something decay away, letting something die away, disintegrate, evaporate, whatever that looks like, and not freaking out, trusting. We have the crow coming in again with the crone. Beautiful. Let's go to Sacred Rebels. So I'm going to invite the cards to give us 2 or 3 pinpoints. Map points, flag posts, just 3 really clear messages for where we can focus attention and stay in the not knowing. The paradox point. 3 clear messages, please. Or tons. Okay. Get a sudden headache with this card. A lot of energy with this card. I'm making great telly. Tune in. That would be my best advice with this card. This is like the song of the universe coming in here. It's big. Yeah, it might be an idea if you can harness the energy of Jupiter and really expand your field, like using the mind and just push your field out, expand the chakras, expand the soul star and the stellar gateway, because it's like what I can see is masses of energy coming into That's what's creating my headache. So while I'm talking, I'm just expanding my higher chakras and it's going. So push your field out. Claim your space. Go beyond normal. If normal has been to shrink in the company of others, to shrink in the company of the world, to shrink in the company of the system, go beyond normal. Claim your space. And stay beautiful. Remember your beauty. There's no fight to be fought here. There is only the resurrection of your song and your soul, your inner light, your beauty, your wisdom. It's really interesting because you look at what's being activated. Oh, wow. So I've just been shown new light codes coming through the voice. Now, I know many of you speak light language, but new light codes coming through the voice, which that isn't new. Sorry about the light. We have a threatening storm here. This speaks to channeled writing. It's too much coming in. It's too much. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm sure you all know the power of journaling. But what I'm getting is it's like there's some kind of revelation which may trigger sadness, the sadness and the grief of that not yet manifested, the sadness and the grief of the energy that has been given to a system that does not support this blossoming expansion. And having given that energy in the blind, in a kind of beautiful ignorance, and there's a question, and the question is, what do you want to show up as? Because when you set that as one of your baselines, I always want to show up as, insert words here, then that's how you cultivate consistency. When you're in line with what am I showing up as? What do I want to show up as? And am I showing up as that? That's how you align with your inner truth, your essence. This is essential communication. I'm so far out my body, I feel dizzy. I cannot get grounded today. Yeah. invitation here. 30 is highly, highly creative. Highly creative, the unmade, the uncreated. Kind of it's better understood with this. Oh, wow. So if we say we're talking about, God, look at this. It's like a magnetic field. It's like the magnetic field of the Earth solar system. But it's about your sun. It's about the perfection of light in matter. Okay. And how have we defended that before? Well, with the extent of codependency on the planet, we probably haven't. We've probably adapted and distorted that light to make that comfortable, to make that comfortable. But the next card out is really inviting you to play. Look at this alignment. It's all coming into alignment. And there may be sadness with this. Well, I've been this all the way through. It's like the grief of never having been able to access what is being birthed right now. So again, we have the choice, don't we? Do we go out and drum that storm in? The storm that's going to get kicked up in the realization that we haven't been all that we came here to be because. Do we get into a new narrative that hasn't yet been born with that? We can keep plucking from the subconscious, that sad narrative. Or we can really push through that door, open that door, and not be able to speak because you're trying to form new words. And that involves failing, getting up, failing, getting up, and failing, and playing with it, having fun with it. Have fun with failure. Failure is failure predicates on an understanding of success and failure. And until you can define what success and failure are, you cannot declare yourself a failure in anything. You can declare yourself a mad scientist or an explorer, experimenter. It relies on the attachment to expectation, the attachment to outcome, whether we fail or succeed. But isn't life just a journey? Just an experience, series of experiences? Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Nope. Nope. It's weird. Where am I going? That's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, let's pull some questions from the question deck. See what comes out. Okay, show me the questions, please, that are pertinent to this reading. That's the essence of it, isn't it? Force or source, ego or spirit. Yeah, we've been having this conversation about allowing our higher self to lead us for so long, and I suspect that Tish is going to get real. Held accountable are the words I get. Okay. And it's coming in on that beautiful initiatic 10. I sense there might be some leaping here, especially with the Fool, some leap energy, and it might feel scary. And if you can walk into that scary with your drum and drum that storm in, kick it all up in the body, like you're not afraid, like you're a magi. Mm. Source. Taming the ego. Okay, I'll read those out to you. How would I describe my relationship with silence? Chrissy, how do I meditate? I don't know how to meditate. Okay. Can you sit down? Yeah, I can do that. Can you be quiet? Yeah. Can you be still? Yeah. Can you put all your tech in the other room? Yeah. There you go. Sit down, listen. You're meditating. Well done. What happens when I say that back to myself? Okay, that comes right back to the first three cards. Sorry, to the first few cards, which are about the climate. Read the room, because there's going to be some beautiful triggers coming out as we empty. And you might want to react to the triggers. Or you might want to take yourself to the nearest mirror and say those words to yourself and see if they land. What happens when I say that back to myself? Fives. It's all the fives in tarot, isn't it? 5 of coins. 5 of cups. So the abandonment wound. Coming in on that feminine 13. Where have I abandoned my mystic? Where have I abandoned my feminine? Where do I feel left out? Well, you might just be hanging with the wrong crowd, and this might be the time to take the leap out of the wrong crowd. There's no right and wrong. It's about congruence. I was writing about this the other morning, actually. Congruence and harmony as my new words for right and wrong. I don't really use right and wrong. I don't believe there is a right or wrong. I think it's a human construct. It's like morality. Right and wrong. You have to be able to define it before you swear by it. Is there congruity? So we've got 7th house, collective. Relationships. Is there congruity? Or am I adapting? Am I singing my song in this group? And in there is an inherent dare. Am I being myself? It's daring, this energy. It does feel daring. I think I've been saying that the last 2 or 3 videos. So daring is ramping. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go to the herbal astrology cards and see what they say. Right, thank you. I'm just being reminded about this eclipse, Scorpio, 8th house, which is all about entanglements. And I'm talking about you might be hanging with the wrong crowd. And so shared resource is what you give energy to. And that might speak to the workplace, education, family, friends, collective, religion, the crown. So with Pluto now stationing to go retrograde, Pluto rules Scorpio, and we have an eclipse. Yeah. Yeah, this might be a week for the drum. Bear with me. Okay, so we have Mercury and the moon. Which speaks to something being revealed. So activating the third eye, the crown, the soul star, the stellar gateway. Yeah, it's definitely a gateway. It's definitely a gateway. I might call this 5-5 gateway. There's definitely a gateway. Shall I say that again? There's definitely a gateway. Okay, let's have another one, please. Yeah. Oh, my head. So what have we got? Mars and is that Pluto? I'm sorry. Where the hell is Pluto? Okay. Nettle. Stinging action. 21. Extremely sensitive. You'll feel this. And a litmus check here that it's coming from your own empty belly, wherever that card is, the golden belly, but it's coming from your own volition. So taking action, making change, feeling the sting of the shift away from. The normal is there, feeling the sting of the shift away from. I feel all sorts of ways, but look at the healing energy coming in here. It's Ophiuchus energy that is not governed by anything, has no ruling planet, has no ruling element. Nettle. So again, with the commitment, that's beautiful. Thank you. And I'm going to just look in the galactic deck and see what's coming in. A lot of initiatic energy. So I see this card as the High Priestess, the Kabbalistic tree of life. And so we have the pillars of mercy and severity, coming in on that balance of light and shadow, to become form, to become matter. Balls of Amenti is a place of initiation. Okay, and Pluto wanted to fall off the table again. Rebirth. Birth. It's birth. Yeah, that is Pluto. Yeah, that is Pluto. Action. I couldn't see the symbol because I've got the old symbol in front of me. I keep symbols because I just can't store them all because I prefer to be empty. I was researching Pluto the other day, and the old Pluto symbol is made up of the initials of the man who discovered it. Does it get any more narcissistic? I'm just saying. Yeah. Wow. What does 0 point gravity mean? Yeah. Collective evolution. It's going to feel all kinds of different to all kinds of people. So I'm not going to put any labels on this. Wow. Cool. Okay, so I just want to notice, so I'm going to show you that, that's the next card, but that had slipped face down and landed there under the nettle action card. I'm getting solar flares with this. I haven't checked what the solar weather is doing. That would explain a lot. Okay. Let's start wrapping this up. So the big message is 5-5 gateway. Big initiation. Will you go through the door or won't you? That's the big message for this. Will you go through the door or won't you? Which speaks to opportunities coming in, lots of Uranus activity going on. Swift change, it might be. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Okay. Just echo the top line message, please. 5 of Cups. No, definitely not. Right. Oh, for goodness sake, you are kidding me. Right. Here's where the tears might come. 5 of Pentacles, locked out. There's the door. Are you worthy enough? Are you worthy enough? I don't want to laugh at anybody's pain here. I've been in that space and it is vile. This is the abandonment wound. It's the self-worth wound. I'm not wanted. Well, do you want yourself and do you want to go through the door? Because it's all about you. Do you want yourself? Do you want to go through the door? Do you want to make a change? Do you want to appear as a different beast? Yeah, watch out for that lovely pity party. It's here because, and here we have, what's this, the third 10? Wheel of Fortune. Initiation, initiation. That's the 5-5-10. Initiation, initiation, initiation. That's amazing. Thank you. Oh, okay. Right. There are 2 more here. Yeah, don't leave yourself out. If your song wants to sing, sing it. If you feel like you don't belong, where do I go with that? Force. Make yourself belong. Source. What are you telling me? Is it time for me to leave? Okay. Well, 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 well. I barely hold these cards. Fire, fire. Passion. Bang your drum. Light it on fire. Harness your fire. 10 of Pentacles. Walk through that door. It's all there. It's all there. Doesn't get any better, does it? Freedom, passion. Walk through the gateway. What a reading. That's amazing. Good old Pluto. Gotta love Pluto. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. For real. Yeah, baby. Wow. Wow. Oh, God. Right, right. Let me see if I can get this out. So in the liminal, one day recently, yesterday or the day before, I am with the phrase, the harmony of the spheres. I think I said that about 5 videos ago, the harmony of the spheres, and it was a degree point in Aries that I was reading. And that sentence has been with me. I love that sentence, the harmony of the spheres, because I can feel it within me. It's speaking straight to myself at a molecular level, where I am in and out of harmony and alignment, peace, fire. And this speaks to what I was writing. Okay. So if we're speaking to belongingness, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the number of balance. Birds. 6 birds. Okay. So the congruence is there are 6 birds. They are all different. Oh, look at her showing up in a flashy cape. Yeah, they're all pale blue. They're a bit, that's the old conversation. Okay, finding harmony in difference, all of this difference, is where we're going to find the sovereignty to show up, stand up, straighten our crown. In all of the colours of our feathers, individuality. Every person has their own personalised study plan in this Earth school. Or as Oscar Wilde said, be yourself, everyone else is taken. Reframe who you think you are, reframe how you see yourself. And receive the gift. Oh, interesting. Receive the gifts. This is happening for me. Okay. Beat your drum. Drum the storm in. This is happening for me. It is an opportunity for me to meet this trigger. If I'm triggered in any of this 5 energy, meet it. Or drill too far down into it, get lost in it, don't take the lesson. There's no right or wrong, but this is initiatic energy. Yeah, rethink your individuality. And that is it. That is it. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to thank you all for being here and welcome many new subscribers. Great to have you here. Always let me know in the comments if there's something specific you want me to cover. And I will be back again soon. Much love. Please do the clicking, share, like, subscribe, whatever. Lots of love. Bye.